Hey, welcome, Pisces. I'm doing a series on past lives. This one's interesting. Okay. So, what I had done for each sign was pull from, the little banana game tiles. And then I would put the first four that I pulled out into Google Earth, Google Maps. Yeah, Google Maps. And the one that came up for Pisces, and I did a little. This is crazy that I just pulled these cards. This is so interesting. So, for you, Pisces, you have a past life in Boston, Massachusetts. Okay? We're talking about the 1600s here. Like the 1600s here. So, like original. Like if you're an American, the way you came to America originally was that you were one of the first, what do you call them, pilgrims? I'm getting that you came as a child. There was something about your hair that identified you as being the child of a noble person or something, and they needed to save your life, get you out of there. You were the love child of someone that you shouldn't have been the love child of. I feel like it was to save your life, however you came here. You would have been hurt or killed, or your mom maybe. But, the Puritans originally arrived. I looked this up. I really don't know a lot about Boston, but I learned that Harvard has been there since 1639. And I'm getting a Harvard connection to you. So you come over on the boat, and I'm getting that you did come over with your parents. Okay, so it was a love affair that was never supposed to happen. It's kind of like the Titanic. What happened to your parents? Because I'm getting that you ended up alone, though. What happened there? Oh. Oh my God. Okay. You know that movie Far and Away with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise where they come over from Ireland and she was a noblewoman, and she gets put in a workhouse and she doesn't know how to live. It's like I'm getting that. Like someone kind of took a noble woman away from where she was because she was pregnant with their child. It's kind of like Jack and Rose and the Titanic mixed with Far and Away. But like original boat, like original Summer Street. That's what I got. I wrote down Summer Street, and I don't know where that is. 7th Street, Summer Street. There's a coffee house there. It's like you went to work at the first coffee house. But I don't think that your parents were able to survive. I feel like there was disease and there was a mental illness. It was smallpox. Did I even write that down? I did. First coffee house, there was a smallpox epidemic that lasted from about 1660 to 1690. And I think that's what happened to your parents. I think you ended up having to be kind of your own hero and create a foundation for yourself. And you became a carpenter. So I think that with that High Priestess and the Seven of Wands, that you've always been clairvoyant. You've always had gifts. And you've always had little guardian angel animals around you no matter where you are. I feel like you might even be able to communicate with animals. But you've always had a loyal companion is kind of what I'm saying. There's two little cats there and two little cats there, two little cats there. So even when you were alone, Oh man, I'm getting that those might have been your parents when they had passed on, and when you were able to earn up enough from the working at the coffee shop, which was one of the first coffee shops in the United States. Like one of the first, like you're one of the first. You're a renegade, okay? Whoever you are. So I'm getting that whenever you had bought your own place, this was long after your parents had passed. You were probably in your early 20s and you were able to save up enough to get your own apartment where it was like above the street, above the mayhem. And those were your parents, those little guardian angel spirits that came to you in the form of animals. It was the best way they could watch out for you, is what I'm getting. But that they never left you, and it was everything that they could do to stay with you, to be next to you, because they aren't ready. They're not going to leave. They're not going anywhere without you. And I'm getting that today. I'm getting that still today, that whoever those parents are, they're with you in spirit, if not in the form of animals, and they ain't going nowhere, okay? So if you're ever having a bad day, remember that. But with your gifts, with your ingenuity, and the way you understand energy work, healing work, you are able to just keep going, keep going, keep going. You kept working, you kept working. You started a business, then you started another business. And you became a very skilled carpenter. So you were very intelligent. You were very looked up to as a community leader or a manager or an organizer. So from the ground up, you kind of taught yourself how to be a boss. And you thrive on step-by-step processes that still could be the same to this day, or that's something that you've left behind totally as an archetype, and you're more of like a flowy, let's go Pisces these days. A challenge for you, which might have gotten in the way at the time, was that you were irresponsible. But I think that's because you became an orphan at a young age, and the discipline that would have been there had your parents survived the smallpox epidemic, it'd be a different story. So you just kind of got used to being a free spirit, being a gypsy. But from what I can tell, that was something that you definitely overcame, and you found the discipline to become successful in that life. Okay, so how did you pass? Let me pull on that. Okay, that's very specific. Okay, this is very sorry, there goes my throat. This is going to be a little bit disturbing for somebody, but there was a competitor. There was a competitor that wanted what you were doing. They wanted what you built. They wanted your business. They wanted your villa. I feel like you built something and they wanted what you built. Okay, this is someone who would have been a competitor. Look at that, a competitor in the field. And you didn't know. And it's like this person tried to sneak in to like steal your ideas. And when they couldn't do that, it's a witch, burn the witch, burn the witch. I mean, I don't even know if they were doing that, but I certainly know that they were hanging Quakers. It's like the Puritans that were trying to escape the prosecution for their religious beliefs started prosecuting others for their religious beliefs. And I believe that you were probably accused of a lot of things that you did not do by your competitors because they could. Because they were opportunists and they saw the opportunity to have you hung. And they did. And they did. It happened fast. It happened faster than you were able to kind of It's like by the time you realized what was happening, it was already happening, is kind of what I'm getting. Okay, so I'm sorry if that's disturbing, or if you have any disturbing dreams. It might be that there's a part of you that does remember that and is still trying to heal from the trauma of this seemingly for no reason betrayal. But it is that guilt. It was that competitor who couldn't create what you created. And so they employed dirty tricks. And they had you hung as a witch. So what happened to that person? I mean, what does that have to do with this lifetime if it's coming up? Because your lesson in that life was you learned to focus on what you can control. So is there something going on right now that you can control so the same sort of thing doesn't happen? Or, okay. All right. So you learned what you learned that you can call on right now so that you don't have to worry because there's no fear here. You got this, absolutely. You learned to meditate. You learned to use your intellect and your spiritual prowess to foresee what was being offered by people. So whatever is going on right now, you have everything you need to foresee who's coming in with what. Okay, there's nothing that you cannot handle because you've kind of already handled this in the past. So what to look out for, what to do, what not to do. Okay. Wig. If there's anyone that anyone that second guesses you in your life, no, it's just a no. Like you already know. You're not in the position to have to prove yourself to anyone. That's what to do. So you're really comfortable saying no now, or you've gotten comfortable saying no because you know how much there is to lose. You know, an entire life's work because someone's jealous and you didn't see it coming until it was too late. What not to do. Anyone who doesn't honor their commitments to you, anyone who has broken a promise to you, anyone who has presented themselves as being one thing but is another, and that includes lovers. Okay, bottom line here. Okay. Bottom line here is I think there could be some healing for you there. If you haven't already spent time in Boston, or if you feel like there is a tie there, that is why. That is why. Because you were one of the first Americans to arrive in Boston. You could have built Harvard. You could have gone there. You could have been a part of the first coffee house and also have lost your parents to smallpox. So what an incredibly strong person you are besides being clairvoyant and genuine and ingenious. It says tell your story. It could be that you're having memories come back. Write it down. I would love to hear this story. I would love to read your story. I would totally buy your book. Okay, whoever you are. I just want to cry. There's going to be a first memory unlocked of sitting on the dock of the bay whenever you first got there as a child. It was before your parents had passed, I think. And everything was still okay. Start there. You were beloved then, and you're beloved now. And there's nothing you can't handle. Okay, Pisces. I hope that helps. If it resonates, comment below, and I'll see you for the next one, okay? And I'm sorry I'm so ignorant about Boston, but I did learn a lot, and I have a new respect for it at this point. So thank you, Pisces. I appreciate that. See you for the next one. Bye-bye.